Thanks for staying with us for TV5 News at 9. It is now time for Aging in Style with Vitale Wealth Management. And joining us here is the president and owner, Joe Vitale. Always nice to see you.
Good morning,
Christine.
Christine.
You being here. Want to remind everybody, don't forget to get his newsletter, Joe's newsletter, Financial Vitals, all the latest in market trends, everything financial happening in the world. Just scan that QR code on your screen right there with your camera app, and that's how you can get access. All right, on to today's topic. We're talking about the new tax bills, and we should start with really what does the new potential tax bill look like if it does pass the Senate?
Well, hopefully what we want to do is that in 2017, Trump did the tax rollback, and we want to affirm that. So the hope is to extend it or make it permanent. Now, extending it, we're hoping at least 5 to 7 years, but to make it permanent would be wonderful, because if it doesn't go through, the 12% bracket for up to $100,000 for married filing jointly will go to 15%. The 22 will go to 25, 24 to 28. So it will be a tax increase because now it was fine until 2017, but now everybody will pay more if it doesn't go through. So the good news is it looks really good. Like it has already passed the House. The Senate's going to go back and look at it, make any tweaks that they have to. So we're pretty optimistic with it.
So really, when we're talking about retirees and the general public, it's really about the percentage of taxes you're going to pay.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And what that allows us to do too is depending. I want to see what that's going to do, especially for retirees. It's going to give us more time, and even for the general public. But while you're working, you really don't want to do a whole lot of Roth conversions because that can throw you into a much higher tax bracket. A lot of my retirees, we want to take advantage of that low tax bracket, and if possible, do Roth conversions at the lower tax bracket.
Interesting. Now, what is the best way to plan for our future financially, regardless of whether this passes or not?
The big thing is a lot of times everybody says, right, 401ks, put as much as possible in your 401k. I agree, because it's a forced savings. It's something that's out of sight, out of mind. You really don't miss it. But depending on your tax bracket, you could be missing out if you're not doing Roth contributions. You know, oh, we get a tax deduction if we put it into a 401k pre-tax, we don't have to pay tax. Yeah, but if you're in a 12% tax bracket, put it into Roth because you're saving 12%, but the taxes are probably going to go up down the road. So if we could do Roth contributions in a lower bracket, it's a good way to just look at your brackets to see what you should do.
And are you still suggesting, conversions or any other tax strategies besides those?
Absolutely. The Roth conversions are a big thing to do right now, especially knowing that we're going to get the lower bracket, because what a lot of people don't realize is you could be a retiree and leave your family. And I hope, let me just say this, I hope for my retired clients, I help them to use all their money in retirement, enjoy a beautiful, wonderful retirement. If they want to bounce their last check, I'll help them do that. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to leave something to their kids. And if they want to leave something to their kids, let's just make sure it doesn't go to the government. Because what they don't realize is if you leave your kids a big inheritance, 25% of that or more is going to go in for taxes because they can't stretch that inheritance. They have to take it in 10 years. So if they're making $100,000, $200,000 a year, now you got all this IRA money they got to pay tax on top of it. It's going to throw them into a huge tax bracket. And if we can do conversions at 12%, we got to take advantage of that. And there's other strategies to do as well. We look at life strategies that do long-term care. So for retirees, there's so many different things to make sure that we can take advantage of the tax brackets.
Now, what is the difference between the federal tax bill and, let's say, local and Michigan tax changes?
The nice thing with Michigan is they're looking at going from, we've always had the 4+%, 4.25. They're going to roll it back a little bit to 4.05. So we're saving 20 basis points, not even 1/4%, but it's something. So it would be nice to hit as a flat tax in Michigan, so it's not a progressive. So that would be nice to save a little bit of tax there.
All right, and you also have a pretty easy way for people to get an idea of what they'll pay in taxes.
Yes.
If you could tell us really about that and also why it's so helpful.
Yeah, the tax bill calculator. So go ahead. We're going to have this QR code on there. They can scan again the QR code for the tax bill calculator. Now, what that's going to do, that will let the retirees know, or anybody know, what their tax bill in retirement is going to look like. By doing that, it'll go right. We'll do a little report showing how much their IRA value is and how much their taxes they'll end up paying, and if it does, and why it's important to convert to Roth.
And is it important for people, it might be intimidated, I'm not a retired millionaire. Is it still worth checking? I mean, they need to check in regardless.
100%. It's mind-blowing when they see how much they can save by doing it very smartly. Wow. And it's all about, some people get a little overzealous. Oh, I don't want to pay all this tax. you're not going to pay all this tax. If you do it the right way, you're going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax.
Wow, who wouldn't love to do that?
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
And again, before we go, don't forget you can get those market updates through Joe's newsletter. A lot of financial tips and information in that, Financial Vitals. And you can get more information also if you go to our website. And you can go also to the Aging in Style page on WNEM.com. You can go right down there to features and Aging in Style. There it is. All right, thanks for being here.
All right, thanks, Christine.
We're back in a moment.